Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Where's My Sage, a taste of the universe. I'm Mike with my wonderful host, Kristie. How are you doing this evening, Kristie?
I'm doing well, Michael. How are you? Hi, everybody. How are you?
I'm here. I am not enjoying our weather here in Western New York today. Last week it was 70. As folks saw our little video I did this morning, I'm like, oh, I'll just jump out. I'm in the same exact place at the same exact time. And wonderful, wonderful weather. Hi, Wendy. Hi, Brian. So, yeah, and then it was...
Hi, everybody.
Chelsea. Hi, Yvette. And then it was 30-something degrees and snowstorm. And hello, Kim. And
Nikki. Yeah, we missed you. Hey, Nikki.
Oh, no, it's freezing in Florida. Florida is not good if it's freezing.
Yeah, Florida's not like it used to be. Those southern states, I'm telling you, the climate, the way it changes now, it's just awful. You can't count on anything anymore, you know? But I hope if nothing else, I hope you're all staying healthy, you know, as long as we can stay warm, right? As long as we're healthy.
Right. Good evening, Tara.
Hello.
And hi, Diana. And
so your mom was busting my chops today.
Well, don't block her again.
Got a message from your mom. She's like, so I'm going to watch tonight. You think you're going to block me again? I said, I'm so sorry.
You know, last week, for those folks who didn't get to join us last week, maybe I should block here. Hi,
Mom. Yeah, so I told her, I said, I promise I'm not touching anything tonight. I'm going to just keep my hands over here with my notebook to do my readings. And unfortunately, then people can just post whatever they want. And I'm going to try to
pick it on my hair.
For you. I know.
Yeah.
What the hell happened to that?
Well, I realized I had to put a hat on. And after I spent all the time with product trying to get the hair going the way it was, I'm like, that's it. I'm getting rid of the hair. So I went in the barber and he's like, well, I really like it. I go, last week you were seeing all the stuff to cut it right off. What's wrong with you? So he tried to find a Bigfoot show. We couldn't find a Bigfoot show because he's a huge fan of Bigfoot. And then he decided to cut my hair instead. Anyway.
Okay. So we have to go in. We have to charge the barber now for cutting your hair off.
Nope, we're not going to. So he's a big supporter of the show. So
okay, we love you. And from now on, he needs to run it all by the co-host and the fams before he does anything else.
I'm doing better, but like everything that goes on with me, this week I had a tooth that had to be yanked out of my head. So,
hi Diana.
Hi Wild Bill.
Hi Wild Bill.
Thank you for joining us for the first time. So we're going to get a couple more viewers on, and then we're going to do some readings. And so we're planning on doing an investigation this weekend. Hopefully we can get some private property. We're going to hit with hopefully a couple more of our teammates. And maybe I'm going to talk to the homeowner about doing maybe a quick live from up there, depending on the weather and cell signal.
Kristie has to go buy a new winter jacket this week.
So, but we've been out. We've been hitting the woods quite a bit with some of the team members. We've been talking to some other folks, working some different things. And once this cycle of COVID hits, we can go ahead and work on. So, hi, Ann. We can get there. So, folks that didn't see it last week, because YouTube and Facebook were wonderful about getting stuff out and announcements, we had Chef Jet Tila from the Food Network on. Yeah. And guys, if you really want to see somebody with energy and talking about meditation and everything that we preach here on Where's My Sage, he's the guy. I mean,
so neat. Oh my God.
I fanboyed big time, but man,
yes, you did. For you guys who missed it, Mike's face was all red, and he's just like,
and he helps out so many charities for the military and for EMS and law enforcement, canine. We ended up donating from the show to Spice Canine Fund.
Yes.
They help first responder dogs, police, and search and rescue. So please take a look, and Spike's Canine Fund. He helps out with a couple other veterans things, but definitely check the show out. His philosophy towards feng shui and energy and readings is just an awesome. And man, if you really want to cook and want to impress somebody, his recipes are amazing. And that's me fanboying. I decided to go in a different career instead of culinary, but a lot of friends that are chefs, and his stuff's easy and it tastes awesome. So, all right.
If you could talk about him all night long, and if we don't stop him, he will.
I'm going to stop. My jaw will give out before then.
Oh boy. I hope if you're paying attention or you're watching this, let's bust Mike's chops a little bit. It'll be fun.
Okay. For those, we're doing a reading show, and for those that are going to ask questions, please ask them once. We're coming to you tonight from Kristie's business page, WLFE DB Radio, the Where's My Sage Facebook page, Tactical Bigfoot Research, your personal page or your public page, the one she uses for all the social media stuff and when she's on shows, our YouTube page, and Periscope tonight. So when you folks ask a question, it goes into a roll, and I got to look at that. So that's the end of my spiel about that. So if it's there, if it's meant to be, I will hit the button and I will try to get up there. But there are nights I watch and I type times down and everything, and I can't find them. Like, they get zipped into the universe, and when the universe wants to give you a message, it will give you a message. So, okay, yeah, Kristie, on to your... Oh, and for entertainment purposes, I'll get that up there in a second. So go ahead and give your...
Yada. So I'm going to apologize ahead of time because I have the little thing in the back of my throat a little more than normal tonight. So I apologize. I took cold medicine. Hopefully it's kicking in sometime soon. So for all of you who are new or maybe haven't been on in a while, just a few things I like to go over because I can't go over everything. And this venue is quite large, so and extensive. So just keep your minds wide open and relax. Like Mike said, if you're meant to get a reading tonight, you're going to, and he has a pretty involved system to make sure he gets all the messages or the questions out there asked. But sometimes things do go out of order, or sometimes he does feel pulled or drawn to ask a question. That's because he's following his gut. Spirit is leading him, and we don't argue with spirit. In a venue like this also, even if it's like a group reading and I'm in front of you, when you're in a bigger setting, sometimes it's not about just receiving an individual message or something directly from me. It's about the experience. So I may be delivering a message to somebody, but the message itself speaks loud and clear to you in your own way. And that's what this is all about. So it's about taking from the experience and going through this and doing this together. So please keep that in mind too. With your questions, please keep them short. If you write a book, it's too hard for Mike to read through them. When there's multiple questions, listed in a paragraph, it's just too much. And we want to try to get to as many people as possible tonight. So please be specific. Share where you're from too, because it's a little bit helpful sometimes. But at the same time, it's just neat to know where everybody's coming in from. Even if you don't have a question, you can still just say hello and just, chat in the chat room as well. We encourage you to do that. If ever there's a message you receive that you don't understand, please don't hesitate to get a hold of me. Please don't get a hold of me tonight. I do make notes. But if I can help clarify something, I'm happy to do so. I don't ever want someone to, leave the show feeling like it didn't, they didn't get from it what they were looking for or what they felt they needed, or they didn't understand something. Get a hold of me in the next day or so, and I'll be happy to try to clarify that for you as well. Okay. Sometimes it's just a little bit difficult, again, with this kind of a setting. So I think that's it, right? Oh, and please give me the name of the person too that you're trying to connect with as well. That helps a lot. Okay. So feel free to give us feedback too. And we love the validation. I know everybody in the chat room likes to see it. And it's always, that never gets old for me.
That helps me.
It helps you. Why?
Well, it kind of keeps my time frame going. So I know exactly who's there. Please. please like, share, subscribe. Don't start a watch party. Just share the link straight out or wherever you're watching from, because when we do a watch party, folks that want to ask questions can't, the way the Facebook and StreamYard, the program we use, work together. So please like and share. We are, before I completely forget, we are doing a subscriber giveaway. So as our numbers are growing, when we hit 500 subscribers, we're going to be giving away a Bigfoot research kit. When we hit 750 subscribers, and this is on our YouTube and Instagram, so I can look and see who's subscribing. We're going to be giving away a paranormal kit, and then when we hit 1,000, for those of the guys that do the field study and stuff, and we're getting close to the holidays, I'll be giving away an X8 tactical knife as well. So again, we're looking for those subscribers come in. So let's. We got everything, got the entertainment thing up there, and let's go for our first reading here. So, you muted yourself.
So I did mute myself, and I was hitting the wrong thing to unmute myself. God, I'm turning into you.
Spend too much time with me, your hair going to fall out too.
Yeah. No, I'll just chop it all off. That's all. High and tight. No way.
Yeah.
No, I lost my train of thought. Oh no, I wanted to say thank you. There was a client and an avid loyal listener and follower of the show, and she actually sent some gift certificates to donate for Brian's cause, for Brian's journey as well. So for real quick, for those of you who are not familiar with what I'm speaking about, this is Brian, and Brian is my son's best friend. Brian's 21, and unfortunately he's been diagnosed with stage 4 nodular Hodgkin's lymphoma. So we are trying to be as supportive as possible and really get the word out there for people. If you want to donate, we have bracelets. I'll actually one out. Here they are. Bracelets are $5, and the t-shirt that Brian was holding is $25. You can go to the Facebook page, hashtag Brian's Journey, or you can contact me, and I will be happy to either help you get whatever, to the family, or get you in contact with them so that you can participate. I know they're going to hold a big fundraiser, hopefully in January. Keeping our fingers crossed and praying that by then some of these COVID guidelines can be lifted and restrictions can be lifted. So we'll see what happens there, but they're already getting crafty to make something work. But in the meantime, we're all rooting for Brian. So thank you for everybody who's donated and sent well wishes and prayers and love and support. I know they really appreciate it. So, all right.
Okay. Our first one's from Yvette. She mentioned she's from Florida, and I'm craving for a reading tonight. What can you tell me? Oh, also, before I completely forget, if you're in and you end up ducking out, we're also on multiple different podcast sites. So whatever you use, Podbeam, Stitcher, Spreaker, iTunes, iHeart, Amazon, you can find us there. So, if you want to listen in the car, those will be out tomorrow afternoon when I get done with work. So, all right.
Or whenever, he wakes up from his nap. I'm kidding.
No, it'll be after.
I'm kidding. One more thing too. During my meditation, we said one more thing. That's like 5 things, right?
Yeah.
We should know better. During my meditation, I started saying this mantra to myself, and I realized it was after I invited Spirit to step forward. And sometimes this happens to you guys, for those of you who are not used to it, because this is what I do when I'm one-on-one with somebody or when I'm in person with people. I will offer what Spirit gives to me. Now it's a little bit harder and trickier in this kind of environment, but I've been doing that lately because they've been giving me information to share. So specifically, word for word, what I heard was, I am happy, I am healthy, I am free. And I kept hearing it over and over to the point where I was saying it like a mantra. So if anybody out there can connect with this or know somebody who can connect with this, please let us know, put some comments up. Mike will look for that. I told you I'm not touching the comments tonight. So, but I have to put that out there as well. It may be something for one of you. It could be something for 100 of you. Okay. So, all right, moving on. So hello, Yvette. You're very bold. I'm hearing you have a lot of nerve. You're feisty. But your spirit guides are saying that they like it. Keep it up. It will get you through. You're not done yet, but you're almost there. I just saw my symbol that also reassures you that you really are going to find happiness in love, romance, family, any kind of domestic relationship. But I see a home. Excuse me. I see home for you. I really feel like it's the nucleus, the family unit that you're looking for within your own home and your own nuclear family. But your relationship, and it's coming. It's coming. Whatever peace you are seeking, whatever. It's going to be a grand finale, is what I'm being told to tell you. It's going to be awesome. So just hang in there. I can feel like this is personal. And so when they don't give me a lot of extra detail, it's because even one-on-one with me, it may not be any of my business. As long as you understand the message, that's all that matters. Your spirit guides are saying it's going to be great. So hang in there. You're almost through. And I know the way you've been lately, being feisty and really just, I feel like you're coming out of your shell a little bit. I feel like once this is all over, you're going to kind of retreat back, and that's okay. But you found a part of yourself you didn't realize you had, or you did, but you didn't know how to use it or allow it to come out. It does not mean you have to be like that all the time. Just keep going. You're almost there. For sure. All right. Thank you for your question, honey. Best of luck with everything.
Hey, Tim, we got to get you and your dad on to come talk about UFOs and your dad's book one of these nights if we get a chance. I'll reach out later. Wendy, we'll reach out to you off the air about our little psychic friend. Reverend Bill, thank you for switching over to YouTube, and we'll grab your message. Any words of wisdom or knowledge? And this is coming from YouTube. And for those of folks that have my personal phone information and text and stuff like that, please, we're on a show. Don't text the phone.
I know. I just had to tell somebody, hello, I'm live right now. And if I didn't, they would be all over me. Oh my gosh, what's wrong? Why aren't you answering?
Yeah. It's like,
it's 8 o'clock.
You're looking at me,
Time to work.
We love our friends and family.
Very grateful.
So, any words for Reverend Wild Bill?
Hello, Reverend Wild Bill. Welcome to the show. I'm in the middle of like, believe it or not, it's like the town, like Little House on the Prairie. I'm in this small town and I'm looking at the church and I'm kind of just looking at my surroundings and I'm feeling like I've made it home. This is home. But there's a part of me that also feels like I'm not sure and I'm questioning and I'm a little bit anxious about this and I don't know about this. And the other part of me is saying, no, this is where you belong. Like, you know it, but you're just, what if this is not right? What if you're constantly questioning? Your spirit guides are telling me you've made it. You've made it. You are where you're supposed to be, both in life and literally where you are. Do good work. You are absolutely from a different time. And you're carrying those values and that way of life and that outlook and the perspective with you on purpose, because you're meant to spread and share, I'll say, all of that with other people. I see a young boy, or like, not little, maybe early teenagers, give or take. And I'm being told that you're an inspiration. Yeah. I'm being told you're an inspiration. And that's it. So thank you for your question. Best of luck with everything.
Okay, quick follow-up from Yvette. Kristie, thank you. I understand completely and know exactly what you're referring to. Hello, Sandy from Buffalo. We'll get a couple of hellos in here. Hello, Carrie. Hello, Pearly. Hello. Let's go up top here.
Hey, Pearl.
So,
if you guys are from Buffalo, or even the surrounding areas, you've got to go to the Broadway Market, because Pearl owns a company called We Are Nuts. And I first met her doing one of my first psychic fairs. She used to have a table there. And let me tell you what this woman can do with all sorts of nuts, candy coated, the rubs on them. Oh my God, they're amazing. And everybody, all of us, we were all buying them because we were eating them at our tables in the fair. They are amazing. You have to go see her. It's, and I'm sure you can find her online too, and on Facebook. And she, she can do more than that. But I just have to tell you, because it's just awesome. I go there every Easter and spend way too much money, and she takes care of me. But they're so good. Sorry. All right.
Hi, Micah. We missed you last week, and there's quite a few folks we missed last week. Again, you guys are tuning in here. So next is going to be from Neela. Good evening. Today is my stepdad's birthday. I hope he likes my decorations. Does he have any messages for me? It's been a year since he's gone, and we miss him so much.
I have this awful ache in my chest and in my back. It's like a heartburn feeling. He definitely had heart issues. He was a bit of a taller man, and I feel like something with his head, his neck, and his shoulders, like the way his head would go down a little bit. Looks like he was hunching over or leaning forward, but he wasn't. It was the way his head was. He says to your mother, you don't need to worry about me anymore. And I feel like he's the one that was talking to me earlier. I am happy. I am healthy. I am free. I feel like this was him. He's telling me his death was awful. His passing was not good, not fun. He says, but it's okay because I had to go out with a bang. He says, you're going to be okay. Give yourself 5 years. And I see you having everything you're working for, everything you're hoping to have, everything you're working to achieve and accomplish, you're going to, as long as you continue to follow your heart and soul and you do the right thing. He says, that's especially important. Especially. He says, but in 5 years, you're going to see the difference and you're going to get there. He says, whatever you do, don't stop and never give up. Whew. So thank you for your question, honey. Best of luck with everything.
Okay. Follow up from Bill. Thank you very much. Spot on. Oh. I know what you speak of again, and thank you. And glad his search is over.
Me too. Now get to work. No, I'm kidding. Thank you for that.
He's part of he put it up here. He was part of another team from down south. Where did that? He's a member of Afterlife Solutions paranormal team. So
very cool. Thank you for tuning in.
Yeah.
It's like, oh yeah.
No, that's cool. I'm just trying. I'm trying to read some.
You're multitasking. I know.
Yeah.
I have to bust your chops. You know that.
My eyes are dry. Let's see. From Lori, I do crocheting.
Wine. What?
Some of my items in the Finger Lakes artisan store. Wondering if I should continue. I'm not losing money, but not making much.
Hi, Lori.
Problem with those places with COVID, it's just it's kind of rough.
The reason you're hesitating, what?
So support your locals.
Oh, absolutely. Please do. We all need to remember that. I think that's really cool because my grandmother crochets too. And I think it's something that I would mess up horribly and stab myself constantly trying to do.
That's why I make knives.
Yes, but you hurt yourself too. So no. The reason you're not sure yet, Lori, is because it's not time for you to leave yet. Yes, you are eventually going to leave, but no, it is not time yet. You most likely are not going to make any money really doing this. I think you might see a little bit of a push for the holidays or whatever. There's going to be like a little surge. But after that, you're right. You're going to go back to what you're already saying, which is not going to be much. Your guides are saying stay the course, though, because this is more about timing and doing things the way they're meant to be done. Okay. Tell your husband to chill out. It'll be fine.
One of these days I'll get together with Dave and
yeah, you will know when the time is right. And don't burn that bridge. It's going to be hard, but don't burn that bridge. You're frustrated, rightfully so, but don't burn that bridge. And your grandmother's here. I started making my notes and it was in my sloppy handwriting. And then all of a sudden it was like chicken scratch. And it's like she took over my hand. She wants you to know that she's here with you and she's guiding you. She says, stop second guessing yourself so much and follow your gut. You already know what to do and you already know how you should be doing this. So don't worry. Don't let other people or situations get in your head. You've got this. Okay. You just needed a little reassurance. All right. So thanks for your question. Best of luck.
It's weird. I tried to search that market and I couldn't find it. So that's really weird. So again, folks, please like, share, subscribe on the old YouTube and Instagram. I have my cursor on one and I keep losing it, so I'm going to have to go back and try to track that back down. So I'm doing that one. Brian's got a question here.
Hey, Brian.
Any insight to a paranormal collab getting a place off the ground for a paranormal community to experience? And looks like he's looking for a new location, trying to help out. In a new location, trying to help out. So we're going to go back up to his original question while I go hunting for that one I had just a minute ago. And again, folks, please just ask your question once. I will try to get to what we can get to. But when you ask it multiple times, it ends up bumping other people off, and the ones I have in list kind of disappear.
It's weird. I'm getting very mixed messages on this one. And I feel like this is probably what you're experiencing. My initial reaction reading your question is, get away from there. This is not what you're supposed to be doing, not for this place. But at the same time, the other half of me feels very calm and feels very at peace, like nothing's wrong. I feel like there's a struggle, and I feel like you don't want to be in the middle of it, and it's not something you should be a part of. Your spirit guides are saying your intentions are good, and all the work you're putting in and the time and effort and energy that it's taking is not going to be, they're saying, appreciated. But really, it doesn't have to come down to hard feelings or something wrong or bad. It's okay to just realize this is not for you. And I feel like you keep seeing that things are not happening. Like it looks, something looks like it's going to work out, and then it doesn't. And you're all standing there wondering why, because it's not meant to be. And the harder you push, the longer it's going to take and the more painful it's going to be, of a process. Your spirit guides are saying to move on from this project because there's something new coming for you, and this is something you don't want to miss. And I feel like you are always trying to anticipate and figure things out. Gee, I wonder who you're like. Don't do that. It will come. This is about faith and trusting your gut. Stop trying to get ahead of the game, because you're actually going to backtrack, and you don't want to do that. Okay. So it's okay. Don't feel bad about knowing that this is not ultimately right for you. Even if you did start out thinking it was, you might have been one small step in a very big process. Okay. And if you weren't there to start doing what you were doing, they might not be able to actually get what they need or do what they need to do. So it's not about abandoning anybody or anything. It's about just knowing what's right. Okay. So best of luck. You have lots of good things and cool things coming your way. So yeah, just keep your eye on the prize and stay focused. Thanks, honey. Have a great night. Good luck with everything.
I haven't froze on you on that side, have I?
No.
Okay.
Damn. No.
Yeah. I tried to search for a couple of things twice, and getting really bad signal. So Brian says, totally makes sense, and thanks for the insight.
Good.
Hi, Big Joe from Paranormal Oddities. If you're looking for equipment, he is the guy to go check out.
I'll be coming in soon. I need some more supplies myself.
Yeah. So the next one, I had it here again, and I got it. No.
Hey, do you have your puck with you, mister? Do you have the puck? Yes.
I just turned it on.
You finally learned.
Ran out to the car before anything. So for Chelsea, hey, Kristie, was wondering if there's any news from my mom, Susan, or dad, Jim. And I got to find that other one again. For the third time I've had it on, and I keep losing it. And Margaret, I'm going to try to get to that message. I've seen it there a couple of times. And again, folks, please ask the message once. And if you ask more than once, I end up losing folks. So, okay, go ahead.
They're both going. Your mom especially is like, what the hell are you doing? Like, why did you do this? What were you thinking? And I feel like you made a decision about something that even though you knew you should have gone way over here and this was the right thing and there was no question, you still chose to, instead of going right, you went left. I feel sick. My stomach feels really weird. And I feel like an ache or pain in my chest. I feel like this is your mom and Jim coming on pretty strong. Your mom is wagging her finger at you going, you know what the right thing is to do. Will you hurry up and do it? And it's not even that you did something to hurt anybody. It's just that you shortchanged yourself is the biggest reason I feel like she's so upset. It's almost like you feel compelled to do the opposite of what you know or feel like you should do. And this is one of the biggest lessons you're going to learn in this life, or that you're supposed to be learning, so your soul can ascend and grow. And so you need to take the bull by the horns and do it. And it's going to go against every fiber of your being, because that's why you need to do it in the first place. But you are doing good. You are noticing and you are acknowledging this. And so that's why you need to do this.
And there's follow-up. Okay. She wasn't really sure. She started school again. And then, yep. Let's see. Her ex came back into life, and mom, let's see. Didn't like it. Mom did not like him. There we go. Yeah. Okay.
He's not nice to you. He's not nice to you. Your self-esteem is not that low. It's not. Can't be. Not anymore. Your mom says take some pride in yourself. You know better than this. You just never wanted to admit that she was right. And you're always trying to, and it's not that you're trying to prove wrong because it's your mom. With this guy, you seem to think that you're eventually going to find you're going to prove everyone wrong and show that he has this other side to him. And it's not going to happen. It's not who he is. You can always put a dress on a pig. You know, people can always act for a little while the way, they're supposed to. But if it's not who they truly are, it's never going to happen. You're wasting time. That's what she's saying. You just keep wasting time. And all that time and effort and energy you're putting into somebody else is just your way of running away. Yeah, I'm sure, because she's pissed. She's mad. So it's not even about the fact that she's trying to win this pissing contest with you about this guy. It's about the fact that you're losing time in your own life and taking away from yourself at this point, and she's done and over that. And you should be done and over that too, and you should be doing better for yourself. Okay. I could lecture you forever. She's just going to keep going. So I'm just going to, yeah. So I'm sure I'll be talking to you soon. And thanks for your question, honey.
Folks, a couple of comments I see in the chats here is that Facebook is acting up a little bit. Some folks have gone over to YouTube. We're getting those messages. So I'm just going to keep trying to get them in order here as they're coming down. Tom, thank you for that little notice that is working. So thank you from Chelsea. And hey, Jen. Yeah, hi, Julia.
Hey, guys. Hi, John. Hi, Juliana.
Yes, the hair is fixed.
Oh, dude, really?
Yep.
It's not fixed.
It's fixed. Okay. This is from Margaret. Kristie, I lost my 16-year-old fur baby Zeus last month. I see he's okay, but I was wondering who came to meet him. Thank you so much. Sorry. Losing pets is a big thing, and as you guys know, our animals are a big part of our shows and stuff like that. Vita just actually left one in the other room just before we started, so she's moved his shoulder lately. So again, Margaret, we're sorry for your loss.
Yes. Honestly. I see this fluffy puppy strutting along on his own. Mr. Independent. I don't need anybody. I got this, is what I'm getting from him. And he just marched right in like he was on a mission. He says he appreciates everything you did and that you did everything you could, even letting him hang on for too long. And that's not saying, he's not saying that to make you feel guilty. He's saying that to acknowledge how much you loved him, but you also had faith in him. You always encouraged him to be strong and independent. And he keeps prancing back and forth and then turning around and prancing back and then turning around and prancing back. So that's got to mean something. He's trying to show you something by doing that. I mean, normally when human beings or human spirits act like that, they're showing you they can do something they couldn't do before. So my interpretation of that would be, he's showing you he can walk again or, make that motion or whatever the case is. So I keep seeing you hug something of his, like a pillow or a stuffed animal, and just crying. He truly was your baby.
Follow up down below, Chrissy.
Oh, good. He says, get another one. There's so many out there to love. He says, I already know you're never going to replace me. Wow, he's got quite a little attitude on him too, let me tell you. He knows his place. He knows he's not, you're never going to find another dog or another animal or baby to replace.
Okay.
Give that now it's someone else's turn. What was that?
Oh, I locked up for a second, and I noticed more folks are switching back and forth because their questions aren't coming in on YouTube.
I'm telling you. Sorry, guys. I know Facebook has been and YouTube have been very iffy lately.
Wow. YouTube went down there for a couple hours last Wednesday. That's what I'm saying, folks. If you miss the show, even the notifications. I mean, I have a buddy that's got 1 million subscribers. And he's sending me messages from Europe going, hey, did you get a message from my show? And I'm like, no. And I'm like, he had 12,000 views on whatever, but he's like, no notifications are going out. And 2 or 3 folks I know had problems. So if you have a favorite podcast and you're just wondering why they haven't been around, go check, because social media has been a little weird lately. I even, follow Cliff and Bobo there on their show, and you can find in their stuff lately has been kind of crazy. Next one's from John. Any messages for me from my deceased family members?
All right. Hi, John. How are you? You better get your act together in that math class. You asked for it, honey. Sorry. I'm being told you're doing better, but you need to try harder. And I feel like that's with some of your classes, but also in other areas of your life. Stop giving your mother a hard time. If when you're in your bedroom and you feel like somebody's behind you or staring at you, or you're not alone in the far corner, to the right behind you, you're right, you're not alone. It's because you're usually not focused or staying focused or doing what you're supposed to be doing. And they're doing that to get your attention. And I'm actually talking to your spirit guides. They're actually the ones who are talking to me. The biggest thing for you right now is to stay focused. Go ahead and ask that girl. Oh, do you see my light? You see how dark my room just got? Go ahead and ask that girl out. I wish I could see how many shades of red your face is turning right now. Go ahead and ask that girl out. And treat her like a gentleman. Act like a gentleman. Treat her like a lady. Okay?
All right.
Definitely. Don't be shy. All right, honey. Thank you for your question. Best of luck. Let me know how it turns out. Sorry, Jen.
I'll find out about. Oh no, she's not there this week. I'll find out how things went. Again, Christina, I know your message did not come through. This is from Olivia. My fiance's grandmother, Chico, or grandmother Sherry, have any messages for us? And again, folks, if you're having problems, please switch over to our YouTube. Please like, subscribe, both on Facebook and YouTube. And Instagram, we're putting a lot of messages of our shows coming up there. And you never know when we're going to jump on. Like this morning, even though I got snowed out. So we'll do this one, then we're going to go to we got to go to commercial. So
okay. So one of them had a cardiopulmonary issue, heart and lungs, heart and breathing, and specific to the right side. The other one is showing me like a plume of powder, like baking powder, talcum powder, flour, something like that. But I get I really feel like it's more a powder. Sorry, guys, my voice is just awful today. Okay, so I see your fiance in a work situation, and I have the one, and she definitely has an accent, and she's saying, what is he doing? He knows better than this, and he's at work. So whatever he's doing at work, however he is, she says his attitude is horrible. He's going to get out of it what he puts into it. He feels like he's put in a lot. He feels like he's changed enough, but he has to realize that sometimes he has to go the extra mile. And that means taking some crap or overlooking some things. Oh, there goes my light, or whatever the case is. I'm hearing this too shall pass. I see like, I don't know if he's in shipping and receiving, if he's at a loading dock, if he's in a warehouse, something like that. I'm in that kind of environment. This grandmother's shorter. She has dark hair. It's pulled back. Dressed very traditionally. Now, sometimes when they do that, it's because they literally dress like that. But a lot of times they do that to show me that maybe they really valued and treasured, tradition and, culture and family values, things like that. She's a spokesperson for both grandmothers. I feel like he didn't know one. I feel like he didn't know the other one as well. And he was closer to this grandmother. Rose. I'm getting Rosa. So I'm being reassured that everything will be okay. He just needs to keep going. Oh, she went, have some pride. Stand up and be a man. Like, you know what? Look at the bigger picture. Take this and learn from it. And don't let the little things get to you. Okay. Thank you so much for your question. Best of luck with everything.
Okay, guys, we have to do a quick commercial from WLFE. And let's kind of give us a quick overview of some of the other shows that are on the network. And close that one out, go over to our little question thing, and there it is. It's a few minutes, so if you need to run and grab something to drink or catch, this is the time to do it.
Potty break.
WLFE DB Radio.
Well, welcome back, and thank you. Hi, hello, everybody.
Welcome
So,
back.
folks, what I'm seeing in the comments and questions and stuff like that, if folks are having some problems trying to figure out how to share, there should be a little share button down on the bottom. If you want to share from YouTube, there's a little kind of half hook arrow that'll put it out there, or you can cut and paste the link in. Man, that eye is really messed up tonight here. Let's see. Next is from
Random.
Yeah, random. I just looked and I'm like, why is my eye all closed up? That's what I get for wearing a contact.
You always look weird like that.
Get hit in the head a couple of times. It happens.
I'm a jerk.
Took me a long time to get this ugly. Let's see. Good evening. I brought my grandmother home from the hospital today, and I'm concerned about her and my aunt's health. Are there any insights for their health recovery or any messages for me? Thank you. Sorry, this COVID is really making things crazy and other health on top of that. So, let me kill that banner on the bottom.
Hi, Ivana. I feel like for right now, your grandmother's health is status quo. And this already too, talking about, health issues and things like that. I'm not a doctor. I can't diagnose things like that. If you get a message along those lines or having to do with your health, or someone else's, you still need to always keep up with your doctors and take care of yourself and make sure you go to the hospital, the doctor, if you need to. I feel like you have to stay the course with your grandma. And I feel like the biggest thing you can do right now is love her. I'm not in any way predicting her death. I just don't feel like there's going to be a whole lot you can do other than give her a positive environment to live in. that above everything is going to really be the key to helping her feel better and thrive with what's going on, because I don't feel like you can change it. But your spirit guides are telling you they're more concerned about you and how concerned you are. They want you to be there. You need to be there to help and participate. But I'm also seeing like a mother figure to you who's also involved in or will be involved in their care. You both need to remember self-care is going to be extremely important in order to be able to do what your grandmother and your aunt need you to do. They're saying don't go overboard. Like, I feel like somebody is extremely stressed because all of a sudden my muscles back here are just starting to squeeze and tense up. Don't try to go overboard by making major plans or big facilities or expensive equipment. I feel like you're not going to need it. And again, I'm not predicting anybody's death. I don't go down that road. Even if I know, I wouldn't tell you. Honestly, this is all about taking it day by day. And especially with your grandmother, allow her to be in the driver's seat with anything that she can when it comes to her health. That's going to be very important. Okay. Just do what you can and realize you still have to take care of your own life. That is a huge concern of your spirit guides right now, because I feel like you're willing to put everything aside and you can't in order to be able to help the way you need to help and the way you're going to be needed to help. Okay. So don't feel guilty when you have to take a break or you have a responsibility of your own to take care of. Just know that it's all part of the process. Okay. All right. Thank you for your question, honey. Best of luck with everything.
Okay. Next one here is from Anne. And do you have any spirit messages for her? And she looks like she's watching from 2 different channels. So, folks, we're going right in line. So, yeah, I'm getting to them as I can go. So, Tom and Chris, I'll be getting to yours, and as well as quite a few others that folks have asked a couple of times. So.
I feel like you're very creative, Am. And I feel like you're thinking outside the box. It's going to take you places. You're going to go far, because then I also see abundance. I feel like I need to tell you, you're going to be able to support your family and give them what they need. Melanie Rimkus just popped into my head, Mike, and I don't know why.
What did? I'm sorry?
Melanie Rimkus just popped into my head, and I don't know why.
Is she watching us from afar again? Just not letting us know she's here?
I know, right?
Yeah, that's another thing, folks. You know, the way this set up is we don't always see who's watching. So friends and family and, longtime viewers, if we don't say hi, it's not that we don't mean to. It's just we don't know you're there. Just the way the platform is, it allows us to meet more of you and communicate and do all the fancy mumbo jumbo that we do nights that we have guests. So if you're out there, we're out there, and we really appreciate you guys being here with us. So did you have more for Anne, or I will go on?
I kind of no, I do. Yep. They're pointing out to me. I'm picking up on 2 small children, but I'm focused on your daughter or the little girl. And you're being there goes my light. You're being told to set the example. You are her example. So make sure you set the example. And then now I have this woman, and I'm not sure who she is. She feels like a grandmother, mother type figure to you. And she kind of laughs and says, she just pulled it back. She will do what you do. Remember, your outlook is what's going to shape and form these children and those that you are setting the example for, those that idolize and look up to you. And I feel a lot of love and connection, and I just feel good. Keep your eye on the prize. Remember, there's a bigger picture. Okay. So thank you for your question, and best of luck.
Okay. There was an actual question. I'm not muted for once. Huh.
Are these not actual questions?
No. I mean, like a technical question.
Oh, yes. You guys can feel free to ask other questions if you don't want a message. I mean, I'm curious about what I do, how I do it, what Mike does, how he does it. Mute, unmute.
It was a cool little. This is from Pearl. This is, do you ever get random messages for people? And she's wondering if she's got a message, but do you ever I can say I've been out with Kristie for lunch or something like that in business meeting. And yeah, she gets messages for people out of nowhere and makes lunch kind of fun. So,
oh, shut up. I don't want to hear it.
But yes, randomly.
Yes, I do. Do. Yes, absolutely. I joke and call them my Long Island medium moments. My kids will see my breathing change, or lights will flicker around us in a restaurant, or like Mike says, it just kind of happens. The first time my husband ever saw me work was in a restaurant when we went to lunch, and he was like, "What are you doing?" Like, afraid I was going to embarrass him or something. And anyone who knows my husband knows that he's just a talk. I've never heard him speechless ever in 20 years, and his jaw was on the floor. It was awesome. But yeah, it just kind of happens randomly out of nowhere. All the time. And sometimes I have to make a deal with spirit, if I'm in a hurry or if I have something to do, I can't always, because I have a responsibility to deliver these messages or to be there for people if they need me. But at the same time, I still have to live my life, and, picking up my daughter or doing something like that, I have to kind of sometimes say, okay, how important is this? If I run into this person 3 times in the store, then I'll know you really need me to do this. And other times, something else can happen to deliver the message for them. But yeah, that's a good question though. Thank you. Yeah.
Okay. Next one is from Tom. Any messages from either my family guides or someone else?
Hi, Tom.
And they must have something, because every time we've gone live, Tom's been right there at the top. So usually it takes a few minutes to get the messages when we go live. So,
is this Tom?
Yep.
Okay.
But again, everybody's using their multiple different accounts tonight because Facebook is being Facebook.
Yeah. So good. Make sure you guys get on there. If you're not usually on YouTube, subscribe to our channel, please. I've got a grandmother, and I'm almost feeling like this is your actual grandmother I have here. And I feel like off to the side is a great grandmother for you. And there's a concern that whatever you guys need to roll out with a rolling pin for the holidays, you're not going to make this, whatever this is. I see the dough. It looks like a cookie dough, a homemade cookie dough, kind of a dough. It could be a bread. I feel like you need a lot of flour with this, because I can see flour on the counter. I can see you need flour on the dough. I can see that, there's flour poofing around as you're rolling this out. And she's like, we have to really get this dough rolls out. And it's almost like a tan colored dough, to be honest with you. She keeps saying, do it. Like she doesn't want to see this holiday go by and someone does not make whatever this is. So she is telling me the recipe can be a little difficult. Maybe there's some components to it or it's a little tricky. And now she's speaking to me just enough so I can hear how she sounds. She has an accent or she's speaking in broken English. There's something about the way she's talking. Now she's nodding her head at me. And now she's very important, very important, very important. Like this needs to be done. This recipe needs to make it to the table. And I'm seeing, not quite sure how, because she's showing me so many things at once. I feel like she couldn't talk when she passed, or she couldn't communicate when she passed. She's also showing me that she was in the hospital. And I feel like there were a lot of tubes because she keeps pointing to the wires and the tubes and the machines, the equipment. But then that's it. She kind of just stops. So, yeah, best of luck with everything. Thank you for your question.
Folks, a little PSA. With the holiday season, if your gut says call somebody, call somebody. We're not getting out. We're not being able to see our friends, family, loved ones. We got to figure out. And if you're in New York State and pretty much across the country, no more than 10 people. And, Thanksgiving has always been my favorite, where you get everybody together. And you feel like you need to call somebody. Don't wait to the last minute. Pick up the phone, call, email, whatever. If you're here, we're on social media. Find that person, send them a message. They just might need that little pick-me-up, So hearing your voice might be their day, and that's a big thing. So, and food's big, even if we cook for ourselves, but we cook the family recipe, that's an important thing. So there's one here from Christina. Oh, okay. She got exposed on Friday. I was wondering if the person was in quarantine. Let's try this again. I intentionally got exposed to a very sick patient on Friday. My gut said he was positive, and he was. I'm quarantined, waiting for COVID test result. What does Spirit say?
Can feel your heaviness. But I can also, I'm going to say it like this, regardless of the outcome, relax about it. Okay. Just relax. I feel like you're going to drive yourself batshit crazy, stressing out until you get those test results, which, yes, I know that's the waiting on anything like that's the worst part, right? I feel like you do have something that you deal with, some sort of health issue that stress will induce. So let's not go down that road, because I almost feel like that's more of a concern than whether or not you're COVID positive. So we need to just think positive. We need to just embrace the moment and the situation for what it is. And then we need to adjust our perspective and our chosen outlook accordingly. Okay. You do a lot of good things for a lot of good people. You're going to be around for a very long time. Your guys are just like, chill out. But I've been there. I have been exposed. I know the fear. I know the stress. And I know the sense of responsibility that comes along with what do I do when you have a family. I've experienced it firsthand, and it sucks. So I get it. But that's when it's even more important that we don't freak out. We let our training help guide us, and then we also follow our gut. Okay. So I need you to just, as Mike says,
Breathe.
There you go. And just go with the flow. Okay. Don't assume the worst. All right. You're strong, you're healthy, you'll be okay. Okay. So thanks for your question, honey. I'm sorry you're going through that, though. I know it's awful. I know it is. Yeah.
Don't
worry about that.
Be positive, be positive, be positive. Next one. And again, folks, like, share, subscribe, Instagram, Facebook. Let your friends know we're here, and we're going to go for another one. And this is from Carrie. You predicted my divorce. Any other insights that you can offer? So,
I'm sorry. Congratulations. Quite sure would go with
new cars, the lotto numbers.
Okay, I'm going to take that as a positive.
And hello, MB. She snuck in from the back.
Hey. Okay. Wow. That took me by surprise. All right, Carrie. I feel like I see two boys around you. And I feel like you're being told by your spirit guides that is your only focus. Those two boys, the shorter one with the dirty blonde, light brown hair is the one you especially need to focus on. They are your only focus as of right now. Nothing else matters. I feel like the situation with your ex is a crappy one. I feel like it's always going to be strained. It's always going to have, it's always going to be issues. There's always going to be, he's never going to change. He's always going to be an ass. And no, I don't remember anything for everybody out there. I don't remember anything about telling her before, but that's not unusual. That's what I'm being told now. Like, so just accept the situation for what it is. All you can do is focus on you. And right now, these two boys, and this boy in particular, are the only thing that you can put time and energy into where it's going to matter. And if you continue to do that, they will be okay. Yes, money is an issue right now. It will not be forever, and it will not be for too much longer, actually. And then I see work. I see you in your work environment. And I feel like something's about to change and something's about to get much better, and I feel much lighter with that as well. So don't worry, there is a light at the end of the tunnel, although I feel like the divorce has been over, or the bulk of it's been over for a while. Residual, if you will. Unfortunately, we've all, for those of us who have been there, it is what it is. But it will be okay. All right. So best of luck with everything. Keep just stay positive and keep looking forward. Okay. Thank you for your question.
Okay.
Oh, and keep bettering yourself. They're saying too. Focus on yourself. Keep bettering yourself. Okay. All right. Sorry, Mike.
Okay. No, again, folks, I appreciate everybody kind of switching and following us here over on YouTube and signing there and doing the subscribe thing. Be sure to hit that button up there as well to get those notifications. This is from Tanya. And again, I notice folks are jumping back and forth. We're getting things. Facebook, again, is being just temperamental tonight. Wondering if someone is watching over my grandson. There's a camera in his nursery, and it goes off when there's motion. My son goes into his room to check him, and he's sound asleep at the same position. Have you guys tried to reposition the cameras? So this is where tech me gets going. see if it's near a door or something like that, where it might be picking something up in the background. Somebody's walking by, and it might change the lighting. So change the location on the camera if you can. Just maybe just put it on a different dresser or something like that, so it's going for a different angle. But I'll let you get the spiritual side. But that's always the techie side of me. Always, certain things send things off, and there's certain things that pass by, and you go, "Yep."
Seeing you're a skeptic over here, but actually,
we use baby. We do 3 sets of baby monitors that we take places where I can't set up security cameras. So,
yeah, it's awesome. I agree. I don't necessarily feel like the reason these monitors are going off, or this monitor is this time, is because of anything or anybody. Does that mean that there are not loved ones and spirit guides and angels watching over him? No, of course not, because there absolutely are. But I absolutely agree with Mike on this one. I feel like something else is either interfering. And actually what I picked up on first was, how sometimes baby monitors are known to pick up on even other baby monitors, or like your garage door opener can interfere. I feel like there's an interference somewhere, and that's what's going on. Motion lights that go on and cause cast a shadow, and if it's extra sensitive, it can do that. So I feel like in this situation, it's not necessarily anybody who is coming to visit that's setting off. I am being told, though, to the closet, give that a quick sage and cast out and dismiss anything that you think is there. I do feel like there is maybe I feel like the feeling would be the best way to describe the feeling would be that something is just off. I feel like there's a random something there. So if you just go in, take a little sage, say the Our Father, or whatever kind of a prayer that you believe in, and or that means something to you, for peace, protection, cleansing, and just be gone, get out. We're not playing games. Act like a parent when you do it. Not like an investigator, like, don't worry, just go in and be a parent, if you know what I mean when I say that. I feel like that will take care. Yeah. I feel like the closet door kind of pops open a little bit sometimes, or cracks open.
And the other thing is, again, this is going to be me in the skeptical side, and I keep kicking my table tonight. If the baby monitor has a thermometer or a temp gauge on it, watch that. Have them watch that. If it's changing a lot of degrees in that, they're good. Again, I have to be the skeptic end of things, but we've seen too many things, and that's the reason we started using certain baby monitors when we're doing investigations. The security cameras are great and pick up motion, but you can actually see a room temperature change. Or, if something gets near that monitor and that temperature's dropping, well, might be something more to look into. But again, I'd move it first, and then I'd go ahead and watch that temperature, and then use Kristie's, cleanse thing. So,
yeah, because it's two different things. I don't think whatever is there is setting enough, but I do feel like there's something just kind of lingering around, and we just need to kind of send it on its way. No big deal.
Okay, next one's from Kelly here. I hope you have a message for me.
Me too. Hi, Kelly.
Let me not forget. Kristie started seeing clients again through Zoom. So with COVID, if you Facebook or whatever you're using these days.
Yeah, virtually. But I have been for a while. So but I am slowly starting to pick up on seeing my own clients again. So,
but if you have a really big message or, big question, I guess is big question, not big message, big, larger, more in-depth question, reach out to her through her business page that way.
Yeah.
For one of those private readings. It's just something it's not the 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning after we get done with the show. She is doing readings again. So I just
thank you for that, Michael. Yes.
Ran down squirrel, the squirrel. Okay, so back to Kelly's question.
you. Yes. Okay, let's see.
My water.
I'm picking up on school for you, Kelly. Go with a big exclamation point. Go. School. Go. Then I hear, yeah. Online courses. You know what I mean when I say go. Go to school. You're not done yet. I feel like you have all these big plans because your guides are saying, you want all these things and you want to have this abundance and you want to have, freedom and security. You have to keep working for it. And they're not downplaying anything you've already done. But I feel like you're a planner. But then sometimes those plans don't always come to fruition because then you kind of procrastinate. I don't think that's all of it or even a big part of it, but they're throwing in the procrastination there. And then they're saying you second guess yourself too much. And you're still struggling because I feel like part of you really doesn't want to go or go back. And I can't blame you there. But you really need to build on what you've already done. And they're saying accomplish the rest of what you're meant to do. I feel like you're gonna be in healthcare, but not necessarily hands-on clinical. But you're definitely gonna be incorporated into the whole idea of healthcare and the healthcare system. And it's going to be very important. You're going to be able to make a difference. I'm hearing keep reaching for the stars. So thank you for your question, honey. Best of luck with everything.
I left myself muted.
You're forgiven. It's the first time all night.
Yeah. Let's see. We're going right in order, folks. Again, for those who are asking, trying to get to as many of those messages. It kind of looks like Facebook really went through and dumped out a lot of stuff tonight.
Yeah, because I've never seen so many YouTube symbols in the chat, which, you know what, that's great, you guys. We really appreciate it.
But I noticed a lot there, the pictures aren't coming up and such. So, Kristie, hi, any message for me for my aunts or my grandparents that have passed? There's been a lot of change in my life this year, and they have been on my mind a lot. That's for Kenzie. And I think everybody else has switched over to YouTube, so we're going to be going back to those. So.
I keep getting a pain in my neck, almost like a spasm. I feel like that's one of your aunts. I also feel like this particular aunt, or one of them, was definitely in some way accountable or responsible for why she died. I feel like she was very stubborn. And being told you're always hoping for things, you're always looking for things, you're always wanting things to be a certain way. The expectations that you have are blocking you from being able to be open to the things that are being done or that can be done or would be done or offered to you if you were, I'm being told, more amenable to change in the first place. And the reason that you have been thinking about these people is because they're trying to help you realize changes never come easy for you. I feel like you fight it tooth and nail. You've come a long way and worked on that. However, what they want you to understand, your grandparents are stepping forward now. What they want you to understand is this. The more you're open to the things that happen around you, and you're more open and willing to just work with the circumstances you're in, the less you're going to feel like things are actually changing. And when you alleviate that, you alleviate a lot of the other things that come along with it, like stress and anxiety and worry and the feeling of needing to be in control. And so this is how they want you to kind of attack that from now on, by just realizing that it's all in your perspective. It's all in your attitude. It's all in what you're willing to accept and let go of at the same time. Okay. So best of luck with that. Thank you very much for your question.
Okay. Let's see. Next one here.
Ow, it's really hurt. Skin marks.
Facebook is just acting really.
Sometimes
crazy.
I wonder if we shouldn't just jump onto YouTube and just, phase certain platforms out. Just saying.
This is from Cindy.
Hi, Cindy.
Paulette and Sunny Johnny. I feel like I lost my heart. Any messages from them?
Paulette's talking a million miles a minute. Keep dancing and reach for the stars. My heart is full, and I heard every word you said. I feel like there was a period of time with her transition, but it was before her true transition, where she appeared unconscious, and she probably was, or you weren't sure. She heard you though. Her father spent a lot of time with her and said a lot of things to her. And she wants him to know. And I feel like he held her hand and just rubbed her hand like this. And she wants him to know too that she felt it. She knew he was there. She knew it was him. He always made her feel safe and protected, and he needs to know that. Give my Maria a hug. And that's how she said it. Give my Maria a hug. Johnny's fine. Johnny is good. Johnny's good. And he says, make sure you do that thing with the tree this year. So thank you for your question. Best of luck.
Okay. This is really weird. Like, I see them, they're there, they're gone, and they're coming back. So the interface between Facebook and everything. So this is from Ray. Hello, Kristie. You did a reading a while back for myself and my wife. You were spot on. I have a lot going on since then. My brother passed at 48 years old. I can't seem to move past it. How are things moving forward? Sorry for your loss.
Hi, Ray. Yeah, I'm so sorry. Whew. So your brother. I'm seeing a hammer. I feel like he's surrounded by tools. When that happens, when they show those things to be, it could be literal, but it could also mean what they're trying to tell me by showing me these things is that they worked with their hands. They built, maybe they were in construction, or maybe even just as a hobby, they remodeled or, built or worked with their hands or did things. He's also not talking to me. He's using symbols to communicate with me, which tells me he was not able to communicate at the time of his passing. But he is a very strong spirit, and he crossed right over. You need to know that. I feel like there was some question about that. He says, just because I didn't advertise it didn't mean that I didn't have faith. And I feel like right before he passed, he was able to come to an understanding and an acceptance of certain things from within on that level. But it wasn't like, I don't feel like he was sick and was able to prepare for that. I feel like, sorry. Got a dry spot out of nowhere right here. I feel like he was on a ventilator, or he had a tube and down his throat. I feel like his passing was kind of unexpected and pretty kind of quick for the circumstances. And he didn't understand why these things were happening to him, why he was having the feelings he was having, and why the thoughts that he was having were coming into his head. They were to prepare him for his crossing so he could go on to the next things. Excuse me. Sorry. He's in a very good place. He says, better than I've ever been in my life. I need you to be okay with this and to make peace with it, because it's probably the best thing that ever happened for my soul. He actually learned a lot of lessons. Oh my God. This is not going away. This is, pay attention to me. I feel like you had an uncle there to greet him. There was a man there. I feel like he passed in his 50s or around 50, give or take. I feel like they were very similar and had things in common in the way this man is dressed. He has a nice pair of jeans on, a shirt tucked in, and like work boots. Excuse me. Oh my gosh. I don't know how you connect with this. It's got to be the uncle figure, because it's going away now. How are things moving forward? Your brother says they're going to move forward. However the hell you let them move forward. He says you're always getting in your own way. He says it's all up to you. He says, I have your back, but you have to do the work. And that's it. Thank you so much for your question. Best of luck with everything.
Just a quick couple of follow-ups on there. Thank you for Cindy. And EM, so thank you for doing the reading on my dog Zeus. You validated so much for me, and what you do brings so much joy to all of us. Thank you from the bottom of my heart, Mike. I felt your incredible compassion. It's just me, man. When it comes to animals, it's a big thing in my life. So
thank you for that.
Yeah, we appreciate that. Tanya wants to know, when you get emotional during readings, is it the way spirit comes through, or is it just an emotional moment for you?
I will tell you, because it's not a secret that I've read family before. Cindy's actually a cousin of mine. And so Paulette is actually her sister, who is a cousin, and Johnny is her son who passed. So that was a little personal for me. And unfortunately, Paulette passed 2 days after my grandfather. So it's been hard. But I'm an empath. And so what that means is I can feel things, and I feel them in every way. Some empaths just feel them in certain ways. I get whammied with all of it. So, mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally. So yes, it is spirit that I'm feeling. Some of them it's another way for them to communicate with me, but I can also pick up on people around me as well. So it can be a little tricky. And the more you work with your gifts, the stronger you get, the more you're able to tell, the difference between all, yourself and spirit and other people around you. But that's why sometimes when you see me get emotional or I start to act differently, my personality changes, or especially the physical stuff, that is spirit coming through to let me know, this is what happened to me, or this is what I used to feel, things like that. So that's a really good question. A lot of people are not familiar with empaths, and being empathic. So it's a blessing and a curse, man, I'll tell you.
In full disclosure, folks, I generally don't know who I'm getting. So, with family ties and that, you don't know.
Oh yeah, he doesn't know.
Yeah. No. So,
no.
This is from Juliana. Hi, Kristie. I switched over from Facebook. I think my question got lost. And again, folks, a lot of them are getting. It's just I don't understand it tonight. It's really weird. They're coming in, they're going out, and
yeah.
I lost my Aunt Dawn recently, and I'm currently pregnant. She was so excited to greet her nephew. Do you have any messages from her? Sorry from your loss.
Hi, sweetie. How are you? I'm so sorry for your loss. The one thing you need to know up front is that she loved you so much, so much. She says you were like her best friend. She says, give your mom a hug for me. I had to go. She just said to you, she's cradling a baby, and she says, I'm holding him and I'm keeping him safe. She says, you're going to be the best mom. And she does that. The best mom. Just like that. She says, you're young and you're scared, but it will be okay. It will be all right. Love will always carry you through. She says, if you do one thing for me, please do not let my death drag you down. Allow it to, and she goes like this, lift you up. She says, you have to remember that love is everything. It's what keeps us alive. I don't want you to remember me in those last days. And she shows me in the hospital and all the trauma that you all went through. She does not want you to think of her like that. That was not who she was. That's not who she is. That is not what defines her is a human being and as a soul. And you need to remember that. She says, you move forward now with your head held high, and I expect nothing less from you. She says, go make me proud. You always do. She says, mistakes and all, you always do. We all make mistakes. She says, the only thing that's important is that we learn from them. She gives you a big hug. Big hug. She says, lay off the ice cream. Lay off the ice cream. And she laughs. And I see you with your feet up a lot, which is good. I feel like you need to elevate your feet more. Really elevate them. Don't just plop them out in front of you. And I know it's hard, been there, you know that. But elevate it more. Elevate them. Yeah. You want to help that swelling go down. Okay. So thank you for your question, honey. Best of luck with everything.
Okay. Oh. Lost Kristie there for a second. She'll be back with us.
Sorry, you guys keep making me cry. My nose was running.
I thought I clicked on something wrong.
You can switch it around if
like,
you
oh
want.
no.
I wasn't gonna do this, you guys. Plus, I have to keep on your toes.
This is going to be from Tara. My brother, first heavenly birthday is coming Monday. Does he have any messages for me? Sorry for your loss.
Sorry.
Oh, you did it again. I got it there. All right, that's
what I said. You could switch us around. I know that's what happens when I go out, but that's okay. You'll get over it, or you'll hit something wrong, and we'll just be done. Whatever.
No, I can't do that to everybody tonight.
No.
Social media's.
No, you guys are following us from place to place. No, we owe you. This is great. Oh, wow. He has got quite the personality. He was younger. God, I'm going to put him in his 40s. At least that's the way he looks and acts. He's very animated. He first thing he says, he walks up and he goes, I am awesome at being a smart ass. Just like that.
I felt it coming.
He's telling me he was the life of the party and he doesn't know how you're all going to get along without him. Chin up, keep a stiff upper lip. You'll get through this. He says, remember that laughter is the best medicine. He says, Mom. Oh, Mom. And he just kind of shakes his head. And I see a rolling pin.
Oh, hang on. I have no clue how that happened.
What happened? Because I didn't see it. My eyes are closed.
No. Other messages said people move, but that was from MB. So go back and find our message here. So I do apologize for that.
He does show me a rolling pin. And normally that's a symbol that they show me when they want me to know that someone likes to bake, or if they're telling me that they like to bake or were known to bake. I keep hearing him say regarding your mother, she's got to do it. She's got to do it. And I feel like she needs to pull this stuff out. And remember, there are still things that need to be done. And then he says, tell her I know what she is doing. So there's something that she's doing that she's not telling everybody else or coming clean with. And he's well aware. So, although he's smart, he's not going to call her out on a national show. So, but please know that your brother is at peace and that he is okay. He is looking out for the family and he always will, but he definitely wants you all to be happy and move on. He says, I want you to enjoy the holiday. This year sucks as it is. Okay, so thank you for your question, honey. Best of luck with everything.
Okay, next one is from Travis. Coming in. Facebook wasn't really working. Hopefully this is better. Is there anything from my spirit guides or my mom?
Hi, Travis. I feel so clogged up with emotion. I feel like every day is still a struggle for you. I feel like some days you can barely get through work. Emotionally, you've got to pull the plug. Your spirit guides are actually saying you need to mourn. You need to truly let yourself mourn. Like, take some time and get it out. Really feel your feelings. Really find a way to get things out where it's going to be productive and help you find relief and peace. I actually feel like maybe even talking to a grief counselor or somebody, that can help you work through. Because I feel like you become motivated, like, okay, you get this start, and then you just, all of a sudden, it's just so much that you just slide right back down. And, that's okay. Sometimes we need that help to get through or to figure things out. Somebody who doesn't know us, somebody who, in the short term can help point us in the right direction and give us suggestions where we can vent and say things to them without worry. And I feel like that's what you need. You allow yourself to work on these things and it will be okay. You will get through this, but you are in control of how long and when and what's going to come of it. Okay. So I wish you the best of luck, honey. I know that it's so hard. All right. Thank you for your question.
And again, that PSA, folks, remember, it's the holiday time. It's because COVID is locked down again. Reach out to people, see who they're there. There's plenty of lines out there to call. Reach out to somebody, be it a mental health counselor, a priest, a friend, or whatever, somebody that can walk you through. I'm trying to get to folks, the messages, and going right down the line there. Mm-hmm. Where I don't know what happened here tonight. So again, we apologize for those technical difficulties from social media. This is from Robert. I've been on Facebook, and I think my question got lost. And this is one of those ones I never saw Robert's come up anywhere on Facebook. John, we'll get back to you. I saw he just switched over from Facebook. My wife passed 4 years yesterday. I would love a message from her. It's a tough time, folks. So.
I'm getting a D, like Diane. Something along those lines. I feel like I'm in your house, I'm in your home, and the one thing I feel is crowded and cluttered. Sorry. I feel like you have so many of her things, even if it's not a lot of stuff, literally, the things you have, I feel like still kind of cloud the energy that's in the home. She was ill. She had something like cancer or something long-term. She says, I hated the way I looked. She says she wants you to take the house and make it your own. Take the home and make it your own. She says, don't forget me completely and altogether. She says, keep some things around that, are a healthy, happy reminder of us and of me. She says, but I need you to move on and I need you to... She started laughing and she goes, get a grip. She says, we talked about this. She says, I tried to prepare you the best that I could. Don't make me haunt your ass. Michael, where's my warning?
I've been putting it up. I'm just frustrated with Facebook and Instagram.
I'm kidding. Facebook. You don't have to do it. I was just.
It's been up. We've been using it when I do the.
Oh, okay. Because I'm not paying attention.
When I do, yeah, we'll make sure it gets put up on there.
She's funny. She definitely is keeping me on my toes right now, and I have no doubt that's how she was with you too. This woman loved you very much, and she still does. She says you were soulmates. She says, quirks and all, I loved him until the day I died. She says, now I just have to tolerate him. No. She has quite the sense of humor, I'll tell you that. She says he can make me laugh and he can make me cry, but he stole my heart. She says, I love you, babe, and you will get through this. She says, but I need you to be happy, and I need to know that you're going to move on with your life and be okay. She also hints around to the fact that maybe there's another woman, and wants you to know that she's aware. But most importantly, know that she's okay with it. She's like, would she necessarily be my first choice? Not really, she says, but you go do you. She says it's okay. She says you make sure whoever it is treats you well and doesn't put up with your shit. It'll be a match made in heaven. So thank you for your question. I wish you the best of luck with everything.
Okay. I apologize. I went through and started opening social media up so I could, on my second screen, because I don't understand where these questions are going tonight.
And I'm going to say my thing that I always say too, and I know it's disappointing, you guys, when you don't, when we don't get your questions. But there are even times where I tell Mike, you have to go with your gut tonight. We can't necessarily follow an order because Spirit's got an agenda. Excuse me. If Spirit wants certain questions answered, they're going to make sure that happens. Now, I think it definitely is a Facebook thing too, but Spirit works in mysterious ways. And like I explained at the beginning, for those of you who didn't hear, in a venue like this or in a big group or a gallery that I may do, it's exciting to have me address you directly, but that's not what this kind of situation is about. It's about going through this together as a group and as a community and really taking in what's going on around us. And there are so many things tonight that I've said to people, sometimes you receive a message, it's just through somebody else. And so please take from this what you're meant to take from it. Somebody's message can speak volumes to you. Don't dismiss that. Take it and really, accept it in and make it yours. If you're not crazy, if I'm giving a message to one person, but it means something to you, that's your spirit guides. And those are your loved ones helping you to realize, hey, we're speaking to you just in a different way. Okay. So that's really important.
Currently I'm looking at 3 screens and,
he's so funny.
Yeah,
Mike's got like this whole thing. So
yeah. And it's crazy because sometimes I have to bounce back and forth, and then sometimes I'll pull my phone so I can go in and look and see what you guys are looking at. And again, I'm coming to you from, what are we at? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different locations tonight. So we're coming to you. So you may not see the question because I'm coming to you from Kristie's business page, her public page that she uses for events and stuff, WLFE DB Radio. Where's My Sage Facebook, Tactical Bigfoot Research, our YouTube page, and our Periscope page. And it's kind of happy that we did tonight because, with Facebook being the way it is tonight, it's kind of nice that we had we had the backup going tonight. This is from Sharon, Kristie and Mike. I met a guy a few weeks back, and we really have a great connection. Could this finally be the guy? I run away from these questions, so I'm going to leave those to you. Because anytime you have to ask,
I got to be honest with you. My first reaction is no, he's not. I feel like you are making too many exceptions in the wrong way for this guy. And I have to say this, just because somebody's not right for you does not mean that there's anything wrong with them or it has to be a bad situation. Okay, guys, we all, we live in a society where we feel like if it's a breakup, it had to be bad because somebody had to be awful or do something horrible. And that's just not the case. We need to become more comfortable saying, you know what, this just really isn't working for me. Even if I can't explain why or understand the feelings I'm having, if I know that I'm no longer happy or comfortable or compatible, or I realize, okay, I don't want to do this because it's just not the thing, then you know what? You're allowed to do that. And I really kind of feel like that's what's going on here. But I feel like you always make exceptions for people, and you're very flexible and you're very capable to a fault of being able to adjust and adapt rather than own what you need and what you want. And that's a very hard balance to find sometimes when,
wow, reboot the universe.
Her spirit just did a 360 on me. Oh no, I'm here. They just got me in my tracks with what they're telling me. I'm like, what are you guys doing to me right now?
I'm checking internet connection. I'm like, you're froze. Like,
oh no, sorry.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, no. So it's one of those things where you just need to. You've come a long way with these things. That's what they're telling me. And you feel like you finally found him. And at first it looked like, okay, yes, you're being tested is what's going on. Because when the right person who is on his way truly does walk into your life, you need to be ready for it. You need to know what that balance is between what's a normal compromise to say, okay, this is what matters to me. This person's going to be here for me in these ways when I truly need it the most and when it really and truly matters. Versus, am I always making exceptions? Is there always an excuse or a reason why not? Does that make sense? I feel like I'm confusing myself and everybody more. Sometimes it's just hard to recognize when we're giving too much and not getting enough of what we need. And then we feel guilty for feeling selfish, and we're not being selfish to acknowledge that we have needs of our own. You are almost there. But no, I don't feel like this is the guy you're going to end up settling with. I feel like he's still on his way. I feel like in about 6 months, you're going to meet him out of nowhere and there's going to be an instant connection. Ride this out and do what you need to do with this relationship. Because again, every person and every situation, relationships that we're in, they're stepping stones. They're lessons to be learned. And there's nothing wrong with just enjoying your life. But I feel like too, you're about to make, or you are contemplating making a big decision. That's kind of it's a big commitment that may cement you into this situation, and you don't want to be there. You don't want to be in that position. So don't. Hold off a little bit longer. It's a little premature anyways, but because this feels so right to you, you feel like it's okay. And don't question yourself. I know you feel that teeny tiny nag in the back of your head and in the pit of your stomach. Pay attention to that, okay? When it's truly right, it's not going to be there, okay? Or it's going to feel different for the right reasons, okay? Thank you for your question, honey. I wish you all the best.
Unfortunately, it's 10 o'clock. And we definitely have to say goodbye to our listeners over at WLFEDB Radio. Oh. So good night from us.
Good night, everybody.
And, we'll kind of finish up here with a couple of comments. Let me just remove them from the feed. And okay, they're removed from the feed. So just a quick follow-up. Thanks from Sharon And there was another one here from Travis. Thank you very much. Right about the motivation part. Then get dragged back down. Have a good night.
Thank you.
Mike, thank you for tuning in. We missed you, like I said, last week. And
good night, lovely.
We appreciate your comments and your support. So, folks, it's been a crazy long night. We appreciate those that stay with us. Diana said she was on all night and didn't have any issues. So I wonder which Facebook page she's coming to us from that she didn't have a problem. Diana. And I wonder if somebody started a Facebook watch party, and I wonder if maybe that could be an issue too.
Quite possible.
Yeah. Please like, share, subscribe to Instagram. Johnny, reach out to us on a text message, and we'll get you some more answer on your question. He has some questions on the Spirit Guide. They're going through. Yeah.
Oh, gotcha.
So please like, subscribe, YouTube, Instagram. We got the thing, and you know when we might jump on. So anything else, partner?
No, I think we're good for tonight. Yeah. Thank you all so much for tuning in and sticking with us through all the technical difficulties and my voice and I don't even know if it's a cold. It's just that nagging change of the weather garbage we all go through in Western New York. But yeah, no, we have John Kennedy coming up next week. So that'll be an interesting show. John's been a paranormal investigator for years. He has a really neat team, and they've been all over doing all different things. So it's going to be really cool to have him on as well. And then Thanksgiving. So, I mean, holidays are here.
Yep.
Holidays are here. So in the meantime, everybody, I hope you all stay healthy and well. Please be smart and be safe. These are really difficult and confusing times that we're living in. I hope everybody, just looks at the bigger picture, when making decisions for get-togethers and things like that. This is crazy, and it's not going to get better for a little while yet. So, yeah.
All right.
What about you, Michael, Mr. Brushcut?
Yeah. Folks, keep safe, sample on, keep your eyes open. Who knows when we might jump on for a reading. And we might be on sometime in the next couple of days with some live investigation. So never know. So like I said, set up for the subscriptions and we'll be around. So
awesome.
Thank you.
Have a wonderful night, everybody.
Good night, guys.